Fox Hunting Group believes it unequivocally qualifies as protected minority group and has the backing of a top barrister. We're going to read into this more from Byline Times, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from Byline Times with the headline, "The Fox Hunting Group believes it unequivocally qualifies as a protected minority group and has the backing of a top barrister." Ed Swales suggested hunting groups face horrendous problems and that some animal rights groups qualify as extremists and should be on the watch list of MI5. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share us across social media so others are notified of this video. My good God, how insane is this person? So it says the term here, a Fox Hunting Group believes they should be protected as a minority group. And they call animal rights groups extremists. Animal rights groups who care about protecting animals, while their group hunts foxes, hunts and kills foxes, and they consider themselves, and they're trying to paint themselves as the good guys. How insane is this? Now, me personally, I've got to say this, guys. Yeah, fox hunting should be outright banned in the UK. Full stop. There should be no legal loopholes for it whatsoever. None. Okay? This isn't like America where we have an uncontrolled number and we need to curb them. It's nothing like, we don't have that kind of thing here. We don't. We honestly don't, guys. But this needs to be just shut down. These people's voices need to be silenced because they think there is some kind of justifiability to do what they do. And there isn't. And this picture, by the way, I just want to highlight that it's the 150th anniversary of them doing this as well. Well, you are a minority group because the majority of people in this country do not approve animal cruelty, the animal hunting that you guys do. Yeah, there's a very big difference, like I said, between what you guys are doing and what they do over in America when it comes to culling deer over there. They do it to reduce the population because of overcrowding. We don't have that situation here. And that's really, really important to highlight. But you guys take a sick pleasure in doing what you're doing as well. And to call animal rights groups as extremists. Are some animal rights groups a bit wacky? Yeah, they can be a bit wacky. Especially when there's a vegan protester standing outside of McDonald's and telling you that eating meat is bad for you. Yeah, that is a bit wacky, but to label them as extremists and be on the watch list of MI5, I've never heard such absolute nonsense than I have just there. This is absolutely 100% pure nonsense, guys. So let's listen to what these wacky people have had to say. So a hunting lobbying group claims fox hunters meet the criteria for an ethnic minority and deserve protection under equalities law. Something a legal expert has said it will be extremely unlikely to succeed with. So Ed Swales, the chairman and founder of the Hunting Kind, made the claim to an audience at the Game Fair 2024, a hunting event in Warwickshire that was held from the 25th of July to 27th. A video of a sit-down interview with Swales and his Hunting Kind colleague Ronan Brown was uploaded to Field Sports YouTube channel on the 14th of August and as of Thursday has been viewed over 1,200 times. While being interviewed by Charles Swalesby, Swales claims that a top human rights lawyer, who he did not name, has agreed unequivocally that hunters qualify as a protected minority group under the Equalities Act of 2010. Yes, a top human rights lawyer. Because I have a top human rights lawyer standing right next to me, guys. And he absolutely knows everything. Isn't that right, Jenrick? Isn't that right? Yeah. He's so-called friend, shall we say, as well. I wonder why he couldn't name him. Maybe it's because there isn't a friend there. Maybe he's just saying that to hype people up as well. To hype up their expectations. We're going to protect us, the hunters. We're going to protect the work that we do, guys. These people are nuts. And they think that... and they think they deserve some kind of protection. No, you don't deserve any protection for what you guys do. None at all. The qualifications of an ethnic group are, and there are 5 of them, and we hit everyone straight with a bullseye, Swans claimed before explaining the work we've been doing in this illegal space under the Equalities Act 2010, and no work has been done to protect hunting and the minority groups of people that partake in it like us since the act has been created. The 55-year-old former army captain said he spent 3 years gathering evidence to argue that people who are pro-hunters deserve protections. No, you do not deserve protections for hunting and killing animals. For what you do. You do it for pleasure. You do it for fun. No, you guys don't deserve any protections. He has also suggested that hunters could be given intangible cultural heritage. What are you, the National Trust or something? The status by the UNESCO based on recognition of the community spokesman word and oral traditions, the Telegraph reported last week. Fox Hunting Group thinks that they deserve intangible cultural heritage. This is insane. Well, actually as much, if not more, animal people than animal rights activists. Oh yeah, you're definitely animal people by hunting animals. You're definitely for animals, aren't you? He told the publication, adding, "We live it, eat it, breathe it, and sleep it. It's our life. It's not just some sort of weird hobby." Yes, it is a weird hobby. It is 100% a weird hobby. Hunting animals for sheer pleasure is a weird hobby. Doing it, what they do over in America, is a very different painting picture. These guys are weird. He went on to tell the publication that those who hunt have the most of their characteristics of a protective philosophical belief or an ethnic minority, include a long and shared history of culture that is distant from wider society. Distance, customs, a common geographical origin, common ancestors, and common language or literature. Well, while I understand there's a philosophical and long history here of fox hunting, I understand all that. It's 2024. Times have changed, generations have changed, and you guys need to get with the times, because we don't want this. People don't want fox hunting. You guys consider yourselves like some kind of protected species or some kind of whatnot. It just could not be more full of nonsense. Swales said he had asked a King's Counsel to review his argument and claimed he was told that based on evidence provided, you absolutely qualify in all aspects the publication reported. BBC presenter Chris Packman was among the first to respond to the Hunting Kids claim, asking his followers on X on the 15th of August, "What shall we call them? I'll go first. Barbaric savages?" The activist has vowed to fight Hunting Kind's legal attempts, which he branded an outright insult. On its website, Hunting Kids urged visitors to join us in our minority belief camp and completed the questionnaire. Under the statement, a philosophical belief, Hunting Kind suggested that natural and traditional hunting with animals for pest control and wildlife management is sustainable, ecological, sensitive, and natural, selective, and humane. Not what you guys do. Not what you guys do. The Hunting Act 2004 makes it illegal to hunt wild animals with dogs, though it still permits trail hunting, letting a dog follow a pre-laid scent trail. The new Labour government has pledged to close this loophole, but repealing this ban is the ultimate goal for Swales, who has described Tony Blair's Hunting Act of 2004 as the most devastating law to ever affect his countryside, or at least the hunting element of it. Yeah, because people don't want foxes hunted, you buffoon! Despite Swales' claim that Casey has backed his argument, other experts have dismissed it, along with Hunting Kids' ecological and animal welfare arguments. Hunters unsuccessfully argued that they deserve protection in 2007, with the Countryside Alliance and other groups claiming that the Hunting Act infringed on their human rights. Oh right, because obviously the animals they hunt don't have any rights. Yeah, we can't give the foxes they hunt any rights, guys. No, we can't give them or any animals they hunt. We can't give them rights. In rejecting the move, the House of Lords commented that the hunting community is in no sense ethnic-based, and it is the activity of hunting with hounds for sport that has been singled out for different treatment, not participating in it by people having a particular characteristic. John Wills, Associate Professor at Law at Leicester University, told Byline Times that given the previous ruling, I think the prospects of claiming that hunting kind are an ethnic group for the purposes of the Equality Act are extremely unlikely. Legislators aside, they may find the idea of fox hunting being an ethnic minority a difficult concept to grasp, given it is typically an upper-class pursuit and has the support of wealthy political figures and landowners such as Jacob Rees-Mogg and Richard Drax. The attempts to gain some kind of protected status for fox hunters is laughable, said Ronan Hughes, a spokesperson for the Hunt Saboteurs Association. Yeah. While obtaining ethnic minority status may be unlikely for hunters, gaining protection from discrimination may be less of a challenge. According to Swales, people have suffered discrimination for their beliefs in natural hunting, such as hotels refusing to host events and being targeted with online abuse. Yeah, because you kill animals. He told the Telegraph hunters have horrendous problems and suggested that some animal rights group should qualify extremists and without a doubt should be on the watch list of MI5. Completely dismissed this idea. The hunting kind is urging supporters to come forward with their experiences so they can bring several discrimination cases to court. The aim, says Swales, is to establish a legal precedent of that protected belief in law. And again, what about the rights of the animals that you guys hunt? Again, what about their rights? Oh right, you don't care about them. You see, you're happy to take the lives of these animals. Yeah, you're happy to take pleasure in taking the lives of these animals. And where is your contempt for them? You have none. The Equalities Act protects people from discrimination for their philosophical beliefs, but not all beliefs count. If they can't, for instance, undermine the rights of others, they must be worthy of respect in a democratic society. And unlike an opinion, it must be substantial enough to influence how a person lives. If somebody is sacked for taking a pro-hunting stance or denied a service, this may be unlawful, and the Equalities Act will explain. Now, Now, I want to be very careful here. So, obviously, it is entirely events and buildings and whatnot. If they want to host a pro-hunting association, if they don't want to have a pro-hunting event in their area, they are perfectly entitled to do so. It's not discrimination. It's their bloody choice. If you don't like it, tough, you know. If they want to host you, they'll host you. If they don't want to host you, they don't have to host you. Now, obviously, somebody being sacked for being pro-hunting, or denied a service for being pro-hunting, it depends on what the service is. But that I can understand that one. I can accept that one. But because of what you guys do, is why I have little to no respect for you guys. That's the problem. Being controversial is not necessarily a barrier meeting all the criteria for a protected belief. Veganism, environmentalism, gender-critical feminism, and even opposing to hunting have all been protected. A belief that hunting is good could be protected, Wills explains, but is less likely if a person is advocating for illegal hunting. While hunters can only legally chase scents, hunts frequently infringe upon the rights of others. A 2022 report by the League Against Cruel Sports, the LACS, documents hunts causing many kinds of public disturbances, including livestock worrying, trespassing on private land when asked not to, obstructing roads and railways, and terrorizing and mauling people's pets. Yeah, all these things take into account. Even if hunting kids succeeds in providing discrimination and gaining protections for hunters' beliefs, the chance this will lead to a repeal of the Hunters Act is zero, in Will's view. There is no legal pathway in repealing the Hunters Act, only political, he told Byline Times. But given the Act is politically popular and the present government have committed to strengthening it, it also seems very unlikely. Another point in contention is Hunting Kids' claims on its website that hunting with dogs is humane and ecologically necessary. MPs voted to ban hunting in 2004 because, following public and expert opinion, enough of them consider hunting to be significantly compromise the welfare of hunted animals, mainly foxes. While foxes are not a protected species, they can be shot for pest control by farmers and property owners. The Animal Welfare Act of 2006 protects them from unnecessary suffering. Yeah. So, obviously, yes, there are times, obviously, foxes go too far. and I know the situations is understandable. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, but I also understand why farmers need to protect their lands. Again, this requirement that a belief and not conflict with the rights of others could be important. As well explains, who are others for this purpose? Should it be interpreted as only including humans, or could it be interpreted to include other sentient beings as well? If the latter interpretation is correct, then arguably a belief in human natural hunting isn't worthy of respect in a democratic society because it violates the fundamental rights of animals. Trevor Williams, a founder of the Fox Project, adding, forcing an animal to run for their lives in fear of being caught by dogs and other distance were not designed to run can never be humane. Andy Brand, an ecologist and author who written the book on foxes, echoes this view. Mammals clearly experience stress and fear when chased and attacked, she told Byline Times. As for managing fox numbers, both Williams and Brand's dispute. Swales claims that hunting with dogs is necessary. Packs of dogs are a human intervention, said Brand. Foxes do not evolve with packs of dogs in the landscape. Even when the UK had wolves, they wouldn't have chased foxes like hounds do, she said. In some circumstances, wolves actually increase fox numbers by providing them with a range of supply of Carlington to scavenge. Studies have shown that culling has little effects on fox numbers, and that the hunting ban didn't lead to any increase in foxes. So there, right there, all those people in the comments saying, oh, it's going to increase, it's increasing fox hunting. Well, clearly, it did not. There is a need for wild management, then, which there seldom is. It would be done by the most effective and efficient means possible, said Williams. He acknowledges that deer number need controlling to prevent them from overpopulating and starving, but this is regularly done with shooting, which is quick and efficient. Hunting is not, in any event, about reducing numbers, Williams concluded. It is about the chase. Yeah. So, yeah, there is this very important difference here about the hunting and the shooting here. Yeah. Say, this is the thing, that the curtailing of deer numbers obviously needs to be controlled. As that when the numbers reach too high, obviously they need to be curtailed. It's perfectly natural to do so. I don't agree with it. I don't like any curtailing, if I'm honest, guys, but I also understand why it needs to be done. But what these people are hunters. They are hunting animals. Nothing to do with curtailing, nothing to do with that. But because they're doing it for the sheer pleasure of doing it. They enjoy the pleasure of hunting animals down. Hunting foxes down specifically. And they consider themselves, and they are a minority. And they are becoming a smaller minority because people don't approve of what they do. And as far as I'm concerned, their way of life should be ended completely in the UK. Their way of life. I really think so, because they feel that they have a right to do what they do. And I'm saying, well, if you were one of those foxes being chased by those dogs, you think the fox is happy to be chased and gouged and ripped apart by dogs? Do you think that's fun for them? Because I don't think it is. And I know this. What about the animals' rights here? The rights of these animals to live in the lands that they have, and not be chased down. Where's their rights? If we have an overpopulation issue, then maybe we'll have a discussion about it. But there's no issue whatsoever. These people and this whole hunting stuff needs to stop completely. But what do you guys honestly think? What do you guys make of fox hunting? Do you think it should be qualified as a protected minority group? And obviously I fundamentally disagree with you. But why do you think they should be? What are the benefits of fox hunting still in the UK? And have you considered when you put your comment about the protection of animals in the UK? Let me know your thoughts and more about all of this down in the comments section below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share this across social media so others are notified of this video. And subscribe if you haven't already, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. Or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.